Hi guys, I just wanted to jump on here and do a quick review of the Marineland canister filter. So I have a 75-gallon fish tank right here, and I got given this, and I was at the point when I started fairly new into the hobby, running just some 10 and 5-gallon tanks with lots of shrimp, small fish, nano fish, things like that. I got given this, and also I have this tank to put up soon. It'll be a saltwater. It's the Fluval 32.5 Flex. So clearly I've grown from the small 5 and 10 gallon tanks. But when I got given this, I didn't know what to do for filtration. This tank has a thick rim lip. It is Seascape Viewing Experience, I believe is what it's called. So it's got too thick of a lip to put hang-on back filter. I didn't want to do anything with a sponge filter at the time because I didn't have an Airstone. I didn't like the noise I've seen in the past from them, so I didn't really want to go that route. So previously this was run on a canister filter, an external canister filter, and I was recommended to do that as I set this up and got going, but I just didn't want to spend the money because I have 32.5 Fluval Flex that I'm getting ready to get set up, and it's a salt water, so my money's going in there right now. And so I just wanted something short-term, temporary, and so I got the Marineland canister filter. It's actually the polishing canister filter, but I gotta tell you, I love this thing. I have it set up inside, so some people don't like it because it's in the tank, but I have 75 gallons to work with. And jumping from 5 or 10 gallons to 75, using that little bit of space for the internal canister filter, I don't care. But I really like this thing. So I just wanted to tell you a few things, my thoughts on this thing as I've been using it. Number one, the filtration that they provide with it is not my favorite. And let me just flip this around as I pull something out for you. And underneath here, I got all my storage under here. But in this filter, the depth of it, this is housed inside. And what I did right away is I packed that with my biomedia and charcoal. I put some charcoal in there pretty shortly after, so I filled up part of it with biomedia, and then later on put some charcoal in there. And later I had some high phosphates in my water, so I was able to put some PhosGuard in there. Really helped. But the filters that go on this thing are these Marineland filters, and they're made for this, but they kind of squeeze right around it, and it worked great for a while. And after about 10 days or so, I'd see the water level start to go down, and if I look from above, you can see the movement of the water across. It's very strong. I love the current it provides. I have hillstream loaches, butterfly loaches, whatever you want to call it, in here, and they love that high movement. But after about 7-10 days, I'd see it start to trickle down, not be as strong. And so to counterbalance that, I just put, I don't know if you can even see it right there, and you can see in my background, this is my office. You can see I just put a wave maker in here, or a power head, whatever you want to call it, and just help the water movement on the other side, filter all the way across. And oh, I should also say, my lighting is this Lenovo 50 watt, or not Lenovo, La Power 50 watt. Saw a review on it, about to give it a shot. Pretty inexpensive. Love it, by the way. Planes grow like crazy. But anyways, oh, there's one of the hillstream loaches. Oh, both of them. Huh. Sorry, tank's pretty dirty. Need to do a wash in the outside. But what was I saying? Oh yeah, I would see the water movement die down, so I would then put a new one on, rinse it, repeat, or not rinse it, but rinse, repeat the process. Put a new one on, leave the media as is in here, so I wouldn't lose all my biological filtration, because that is a review I read from some people. They hate that they would just lose all their filtration right away. And I did that for a while. I'm down to my last pad, but this most recent time, I just got kind of annoyed with it, and so I packed the canister filter full
of my 3-stage filtration. I put my floss in there, I put my charcoal in there, I put my biological media in there. And then I also even put the Phosguard in there to just get my diatoms down a little bit more than what they were. And it has been over 10 days now, and this thing is still running in pristine flow, and I love it. So much movement on the surface of the water providing. It is just incredible. I love this thing, and I'm not gonna lie, I don't know if I would ever switch off this now after using this. So all that to say, I read some really bad reviews, watched some bad reviews of people not liking this filter unless you use it for the polishing. And it does have, if I don't see it down there, it's in the box. Oh, there's my box for it. The polishing, I don't know, it almost looks like an aquarium type filter on it, but I don't use that. I haven't used that, at least I might at some point, but haven't had to. And I really, really like this filter. I just want to say, recommend it. Don't use the padding that comes with it and that you can buy for it. I would not recommend to keep using that. I would say switch to your own filtration internally, and it'll work a lot better. I cleaned it out. I used some floss on top, cleaned it out after a few days because it really cleans the water so much, and it really pumps the water through. The one thing I will say that I don't love is that, as I mentioned, I had lots of shrimp, so my shrimp just got put in here, and they are having babies like crazy. So every time I take it out, I find baby shrimp in the bottom of it. No big deal to me. I have a quarantine tank up here. I don't know if you can see that very well, but I have a quarantine tank, and I have a bunch of stuff in there right now. So I just kind of throw the shrimp in there and let them grow out, and pop them over here. So that's not a big deal to me. It might be to some others though. I'm sure with small fish, small fry, that might be an issue. But for me at this point, it's not. So recommend, if you're using something as long as an aquarium as mine, I would say to add the power head in there to get some movement on the other side of the tank. It was okay, but I noticed a stagnant water on this side, and my plants were not doing as well on that side. And so, yeah, that's my review of the Marineland internal canister filter, or polishing filter, some might call it. But really like it. Recommend it if you have a setup like mine. It's an inexpensive. I think I got mine for $27. Can't beat that, I don't think. I had a lot of the stuff to build internally and do the 3-stage filtration inside of it. So I saved my money there because I already had the stuff. But highly recommend it. If you have one, leave a comment below. Let me know what you think of it. If you used it in the past, or if you know some other cheap filtration setups, let me know. Let's talk.